So this is how I made Hawkeye's working bow and arrow. Well, it started as a bow and arrow. Then I added another arrow, then a third arrow, then all the arrows, then a quiver, then a bow staff, and yeah, well, you get the point. Let's start from the beginning. All the way back in 2020. Ah, what a year it's been. But hey, I mean, we made some cool stuff. Anyways, I was down in the comments seeing what y'all have to say. Then I saw this comment. This comment right here got 6,000 likes saying I should build Hawkeye's working bow and arrow. Plus a bunch more comments for that too. Yeah, looks like we gotta do it. But in return, all I'm gonna ask is that you drop an idea for the next video down below. Like, it's much more fun to make stuff when I actually know it's an idea that you guys really want. So yeah, let's get another idea that y'all are hyped about. Like, I saw this Black Panther shoe comment, or maybe like a Full Metal Iron Man gadget or something, or just something completely different. Just let me know. And upvote the ones you like. And also like and subscribe, of course, always appreciated, because I'm about to go in on this project. So first, let's do some Hawkeye research just to see how screwed we actually are. So it looks like most notably he's got a bow and arrow, which doesn't exactly make sense when you're fighting aliens, but I guess he knows that.
Fighting an army of robots, and I have a bow and arrow. None of this makes sense.
But his arrows are full of tons of surprises. He's got electric arrows, he's got grappling arrows, he's got smoke arrows, impact arrows, really just a completely excessive amount of arrows. Like, I looked it up on fandom and just look at all these things. Like, why can't he just be like Ant-Man, you know, one power, he shrinks, that's it. Also, now's probably a good time to mention, none of this stuff is gonna be used for harm in any way. Like, we're taking every safety precaution we can, and we're gonna keep it, you know, super PG for obvious reasons. Like, I'm just doing this for the engineering challenge and because it's just super cool. So I'll build it so you don't have to. So the arrows are nice and all, but wait, there's more. Like, how is it that he gets the exact right arrow that he needs? Well, each arrow and arrowhead are separate, and then he's got a fancy quiver that rotates the arrowheads and combines the two, controlled by a little switch on his bow. Pretty sweet, honestly, but you might be asking, you know, how does he fight in close quarters? Well, unluckily for me, in the list of shit I gotta figure out, he's got an answer for that too. His bow transforms into a straight staff that can be used to like hit stuff and do other, you know, staff things. But I guess even that was too simple for the Marvel team because they also made it fold up for easy transport. So there's the list. Got a lot of stuff going on with this one. But honestly, you know, it could be worse. Like, at least most of the stuff is physically possible, unlike the Yondu arrow. And I think my past videos have kind of prepared me for something like this. So let's give it a shot. So realistically, he's probably got hundreds of arrows. So I'm gonna pick my top six. Let's say electric arrow, smokescreen arrow, flare/thermal arrow, explosion arrow, let's call it kaboom arrow, and grapple arrow. I'm also gonna throw in a bonus spy arrow because I think that could be cool too. So total 7 arrows actually. And let's start by getting some nice carbon fiber archery arrows as a base. We tested them out and yeah, they're pretty legit too. All right, let's see just how good these arrows actually are. Ooh, these are nice. Just the quality of this thing. Oh yeah, I guess the arrow's good too, but just look at the quality. Look, they didn't even get punctured. Bulletproof. Yup, so we do got a few of our limited edition shirts left. Like, we personally hand printed these right out back, and I signed all of them. We're doing this because we want to learn the ins and outs of making a product ourselves, so we can eventually bring you guys real inventions that I've made. So it really helps us out if you guys get some, you know, like anyone can go get a Nike shirt, but if you want that character, something more unique, definitely go with these. We've got 3 cool designs: the classic logo design, Evolution with me on the hoverboard, and a superhero shirt with me and all my inventions. But I mean, they're quality shirts, and they're almost gone, and we don't know if we're ever gonna bring them back. So if you want a sweet signed shirt, check out jlaservideo.com/clothing, link below. All right, so first up, the electric arrow. I was originally gonna use a mini taser for this, but I ended up going with a 400 kilovolt electric generator because it's just way more juiced up. I'm gonna power it off a mini 350 milliamp 2S LiPo battery. So super small but high discharge, which is perfect for arrows like this. And then to trigger, I'm using a mini radio remote switch. Basically a remote relay. You can press a button and it can turn things on. So we wired it all up and now we gotta mount it to the arrow. So I hopped on SolidWorks, and just disclaimer, this whole video is extremely CAD heavy. In order to up my game, I decided to 3D model and print the entire thing, which is definitely the right way to go, but after 50 hours of just straight CAD, I was kind of losing it. Anyways, we designed the arrow with 2 prongs sticking out the tip for the electrodes and space for all the electronics. Oh, and as we saw, the arrows need to be able to disconnect and reconnect from the arrow shaft so that the quiver can combine them. So I thought about this, and I was originally going to use a screw mechanism. So the quiver would have like a motor that would spin the arrow down through a screw that would then screw into the arrow tip, because the arrowheads already have removable screw tips. But the more I thought about this, it just seemed way too complex. Like I have to get the arrow to spin and slide down, and the tolerances are super tight. Like we have to line up the threads exactly in order to get it to work. So instead I went with some super strong neodymium magnets. And I'm thinking if we slide them together like this with a 3D print holding them in place, it won't be able to slide to either side. Only weak areas like the front and back, but the arrow's forward momentum should keep it in place. But it's super simple and has a large tolerance. Like if the arrow slides in off center, it'll auto-correct. Perfect. So I printed out all the parts and now we've got our first arrowhead. Just click a button and boom, 400,000 volts right from the tip. All right, what do we got next? Let's do the kaboom arrow. So these ones are a little trickier. Like I'm not really trying to strap dynamite on the tip of an arrow and just, you know, let it fly. So after some digging, I think these airsoft gadgets will work perfectly for this. This one uses a CO2 canister inside a pressure chamber with a striking pin attached to the handle. So when you pull the pin, let go of the handle, pin pops a CO2 cartridge, tank pressurizes for about 10 seconds until the pressure is too great, and then kaboom, it explodes and everything else inside just shoots out. So I'm thinking we can put in like some BBs or paint powder or anything else that'll be cool. Let's go film this. I require your assistance.
Good God, what is this thing?
You could put pants on, that might help. It's kind of taking a while here.
I know, but
We should be ready in 5. Okay, and what we're actually doing here, wait, we can't say, we have to make this like YouTube PC. It's a boom.
A plastic boomer.
Plastic boomer.
Flash blaster.
Yes, a flash blaster. So I think you just pull this pin. Oh, it fell out.
Oh!
I haven't let go of it yet,
Okay,
dude.
okay,
Chill.
okay.
We're just gonna run.
Oh, okay. Oh!
Get out of here. I hope that worked.
Oh!
It worked. So I printed out this little mechanism on here that transfers the horizontal pull pin and release to more of a vertical pull. Ooh, that's live. Oh God. Oh God, it was live. That's scary. All right. I did this so when we go to fire the arrow, we can hold on the string, so when we shoot, the pin gets pulled automatically. So this just snaps right on like that. Very clean, not coming off. So when this pulls, it should fire. Oh, I know, this one's a big one. Oh God! Oh God, I pulled it. I pulled it. Oh! Did you get it?
Basically, mostly.
So I thought this was pretty clever, but the only thing that was bugging me is that it won't activate on impact. Like it might go off a few seconds after or in midair. Like we won't have that control. So I decided, you know, what's one more arrow? So I ordered up this impact airsoft kaboom thing. So this gadget uses green gas to eject BBs on impact. Just pull the pin and let it drop. We do have one more
Boom device.
boom device to test. This one's a little tough because you have to drop it and it goes on impact.
Oh!
So we can't really run from this one.
I could.
I pull the pin.
Are you... Dude.
I think
Are you
I'm
serious?
Yes, dude. I don't know how else to do this.
Oh! I heard something. I don't see
I
any
heard a little scream
BBs.
of
There was no screaming.
So it's cool, but honestly, I thought the design was a bit bulky, especially for an arrow. And I think just the spray of BBs is kind of lame. So I removed the shell and then made a new one that'll eject whatever we want. It's got holes in it. Basically, it just clips on over the gas part. And the first test I did was just put a little paint powder down inside. And you know, the results were promising. Impact paint thingy, test 1. Let it go. Oh. All right, so I think that settles the dangerous gadgets. Let's see what's next. Haha, psych, we got rocket arrows. Let's see, for this, we're gonna use some model rocket engines. It's kind of a no-brainer, but the trick here is gonna be to get them to ignite at the right time. Not too late, or not too early. So I think we can take a page out of the old kaboom arrow and use the pull string to trigger the rocket right when it releases. Basically, these rockets have an electric fuse. So I'm gonna use another tiny battery along with a momentary switch to trigger it. Then I designed a housing to hold everything, printed it out, and now we've got our rocket arrow. So when we pull out this piece, the switch is triggered, igniting the fuse, launching the rocket. Let's try it out. So for the first test, I tried using an old bottle rocket, but this one turned out to be a dud. So for the next test, we're gonna use an actual rocket engine.
And 3, 2, 1.
That's enough, avoid that shit in my rocket ship. Take a hit, I'm in my rocket.
Way further than I meant it.
Gotta be in here. God.
I did not think it would go that far. Okay, so that worked. I had no idea it would go that far. I guess just one more thing to add to the list of weird stuff our neighbors see. All right, so hopefully the next arrow is less obvious. Let's see what we got. Oh my God. Flare arrows. At least this is gonna be easy to build. All we gotta do is take a flare and stick it on an arrow. All right, ready? We can even call this the flare-o. All right, let's first try one of these flares out just to see what they can do.
Caution, produces hot flames for outdoors use only.
Step this way 2 feet.
Stand with back to wind. Where's my back? Ready?
Let's go.
Imagine that just shooting off on an arrow tip.
Here.
Oh, really bright.
Oh. Oh my god, I breathed that in pretty good.
Oh my god, it's still on fire.
How is that still going?
Not going out. Oh my god, dude.
All right, so what did we learn? Well, they are in fact super bright. Surprise, surprise. They get super hot, almost 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and they are really hard to put out. It's gonna be very cool, but definitely gonna have to be careful with this one. All right, let's actually take a break from all the pyrotechnics and make the camera arrow. Maybe we can call this one the Camaro, or alternative, the Sparrow for a spy arrow. Basically, we're gonna take a tiny Wi-Fi camera that you can get for pretty cheap nowadays, do some more 3D modeling, print out the housing, put it all together, and yeah, now we got a tiny camera in an arrow. So I'm thinking we can shoot it at like a ceiling or wall or something, and then boom, we have an instant live feed from that arrow. Obviously, I mounted the camera backwards so we can see what's behind the arrow. The arrow does block some of the view, but it's still a wide enough angle where you can get a pretty good view. I'm not sure if this was ever used in the movies, but I feel like it should have been. All right, we got 2 arrows left. Let's do the grapple arrow. We're gonna have to get a little creative on this one, because in the movies, they didn't really show where the rope was coming from, or like how any of the mechanisms work. So I'm thinking we make like an attachment on the bow that holds some Kevlar cord that'll attach to the arrows. When we shoot it out, it'll spool out, kind of like my web shooters. So hopefully the arrow will get a nice stick, and we can like clip the Kevlar cord to our belt or something, or just like climb up on it, maybe attach it to a harness or something. One more addition. I've also seen people attach fishing reels to arrows. So it's a pretty cool thing. I think people actually fish with this stuff. So I'm gonna throw one of those on as well. Last one, the smoke arrow. I'm gonna use some of these colorful smoke things people use for photography, and to light them off, we've got a bit of fuse, and then another one of those electric igniters we've been using. But for this one, I'm also gonna throw in one of those RC switches, so we can remote activate it, because we might not want a trail of smoke that goes right back to our location. Like we might just wanna like set it down and then trigger it later. It's good to have options. So you guessed it, more CAD, more printing. Basically, the little ring on top holds the smoke powder, and we've got all the electronics down below. That way we can just replace the melted ring on the top, and we can hopefully reuse the rest of the arrow. So let's give it a test. So I went to ask my roommate if he wanted to watch, but he just said to do it in his room. So, you know, I'm not gonna be the one to say not to do that.
So you give me permission to set this off in your room?
I mean, how much smoke is it gonna make?
I don't know, dude. So we know nothing's connected to it, right? No wires, no trickery. Rolled off this thing.
God.
Oh god! Oh, it worked, bro. It worked, dude. Holy shit. It worked, dude. It worked. Isn't that sick? Oh god, it's on fire! Oh god, oh god, oh god, dude. It worked though. That worked really well. You should probably open that.
Bro, that shit's crazy. Just
Lights-
what I...
Oh no.
So at least we know it works. So we got all the arrows, and now it's time to make the quiver. Once again, this needs to be able to select an arrowhead and join it to the arrow shaft. Now we've already made the joining mechanism, but there are still a few other things we gotta think about that you wouldn't normally think of when just watching the movie. Like, how does he get the arrow out without getting it stuck? Like, it looks like the quiver just has holes that all the arrows slide into, but how's a fat arrowhead gonna get through there? So to solve this, I'm gonna leave a little slit on the side of the quiver so we can just slide the arrows out like that. And to make the spin and attach mechanism, I'm gonna use a stepper motor and a servo controlled by an Arduino with another one of those RC switches so we can control it from the bow just like in the movie. So all those electronics are gonna be housed in the bottom. So all we gotta do is just click a button on the bow, quiver spins, and then arrow drops down, connects to the arrowhead. We take it out and shoot it. And once again, I designed the whole thing on SolidWorks and tried to design it as close to the movie as I could. So now we just gotta print everything out. Seems simple, right? Ho ho ho. If only. Like, entire movies could be written about the struggles I've had with these 3D printers. Like, there's plot twists, character development, motifs. All right, basically, I had one printer to start with, and it broke. So I got another printer. Then I fixed the first printer, so now I had 2 printers. It should be done in no time, right? Well, I had to halt everything because I went home for the holidays. But in order to keep production going, I got another 3D printer and sent it home to the East Coast to where I'd be staying, so I could print there too. But this printer came missing some screws. Dun dun dun. So the prints just weren't working.
What is this?
And all of my tools were back in LA, so I had to be a little resourceful, and I salvaged a part from a chair. Sorry, Mom. But the parts were too big and it wouldn't spin anymore and it got stuck.
No, dude.
I did eventually get it working though, but then it was time to go back to LA. So I brought it back with me on the plane, and now we have 3 3D printers, 33 printers, but somehow they all broke again. So I fixed one printer using parts from another printer, and then I printed out new parts for that third using the other 3D printer.
I don't know if this is progress, but that's what's happening.
Anyways, I'll spare you the rest of the details, but finally though, we got it all printed, and here's our working Hawkeye quiver. Got a switch on the bottom to turn it on. We load in all our arrowheads, those are held in place with magnets, and we press the remote button. The base rotates and the arrow drops down to connect to the arrowhead. So now you can slide it out from the side and firing it using the bow, which is the last thing we need to make. So this bow has to be able to turn into a staff and also fold up. So as a base, I ordered a recurve bow. It's nice because the arms already come disconnected, and when there's no tension on the bow, it's already straight like the staff. So I think I can do all 3 positions, just one ratchet strap mounted to the bow and a couple of hinges. Basically, I attach the bowstring to the ratchet strap and attach the hinges where the arms connect to the bow. So now when it's loose, the hinges can either be folded or unfolded, creating either the collapsed version or the bow staff. Then we want to actually shoot the bow. All we gotta do is tighten the ratchet strap to the 3rd position, which is the regular bow. I also mounted the RC switch for the quivers and all the arrows, along with the laser sight and grappling attachments. Wow, that was a lot. And that right there should check every box we wanted. All the Hawkeye gadgets made right here. So before I test these out, I'd like to show off some stuff that you guys made and sent to me on my Instagram. I love to do this in every video, so check them out. Great stuff, guys, as always. You guys got a lot of talent out there, and I like to do my part and try to get you guys some exposure for your hard work that you deserve. So if you've made anything cool, definitely send it my way on Instagram at Jlaservideo. And also, if anyone's interested, we're actually looking to expand the team. As these builds get bigger and bigger and more complex, it really helped to have some more people on board. So if you have a lot of experience with like CAD or engineering or just building projects like these and are interested in working with us, check out jlaservideo.com/join the team and fill out the form. You don't have to be in LA to do this, and you can tell us your availability. The main criteria is talent and the ability to make awesome stuff. Just send us a video of a past project you've done and we'll be in touch. I think together we can take it another step further and really make some amazing stuff. Alright, now the fun part, we get to test everything out. To do that, we're gonna run a little superhero mission of our own. Basically, we're gonna infiltrate the property, plant a camera arrow as the lookout, flank around the side, and disable the guard. From there, we can scale the building, disable more guards. From the roof, we can use a smoke arrow to confuse the rest of the guards, protecting the package. Then using the fishing reel arrow, we can get the package and escape out the front. And we can bring the package to the drop point and signal we're done. Let's go.
I'm gonna hit him with the camera arrow. Dude, look, live feed. We got eyes everywhere. Let's go. Whoa. 2 of them. They look kind of mean too. I'm gonna hit him with the boom arrow. Oh, we got him. All right, let's go. What up, boys? All right. I'm gonna use a little grapple arrow to try and scale this wall. We got this. All right, let's do some Hawkeye shit.
Hawkeye.
I think we gotta just yeet the bow up there first. How'd you get up here so fast?
Stairs.
All right. Get down. That guy over there. Gonna get a little jolt of excitement.
Oh god, it's so bad.
All right, well, he ain't walking, but just for good measure.
Damn Hawkeye.
All right, get down, dude. This ain't no game.
They're a bunch of rapscallions, dude.
Scallions, dude. Look at that far guy. He kind of looks like me, huh?
Dude, that guy looks crazy.
I know, dude. The far left guy, insane. Oh my god, you do not want to run into that guy. Smoke him out, and then you see that thing down there? Probably got a lot of valuable stuff in it.
How would you know that?
Anyone's guess. But, bro, this is gonna be easy. Click the button on the bow. Ooh, look at that.
Knocked him right out, damn.
Knocked him out.
Think they're confused?
Absolutely. All right, now we just gotta hit the valuable stuff with this fishing arrow that just magically appeared on my bow. Don't know how that happened. Exposing us. All right,
I know.
well, let's hit it, dude.
One shot.
Dude, perfect. All right, let's get out of here. All right, we got it, dude. Here, hold this. Got one more. We got one more out there. I'm gonna hit it with the impact arrow. Wait. We gotta get the other arrow. Let's get to the drop zone. Come on. All right. Drop zone's right up here. You still got the valuable stuff?
Yeah, I got it right here.
Hold up. Hear that?
Yeah, what is that?
They found us.
How'd they find us?
No idea. We gotta hit him.
They're so far, bro.
I know. Nothing the rocket arrow can't handle. Stand back. Did you see that? We got it.
Good God, that chopper's down like nothing.
Let's go. Let's send it from there.
Mission complete.
Well, I hope you guys like this one. A lot of stuff going on here. So definitely comment what I'm doing next down below, because if there's enough interest, clearly I'll make it happen. And of course, like and subscribe, and we will catch you in the next video. Peace.